Hello everyone, and welcome to my bottom list of 2017. Today, I'll be doing my top latest favorite movies of 2017, and then tomorrow I'll upload my top favorite movies of 2017. So, hopefully my voice is coming in clear. As you see of the title itself, my bottom 8 least favorite movies of 2017. My 8 through 2 are just like in no particular order for me. But my number 1 is a movie I did not give a review to, and I don't think I'll do it because I hated the movie. Without any further ado, let's jump into my bottom 8. But my 8 through 2, which are in no particular order. Friend Request. Do you remember this movie? It's like this girl who haunts some young girl who is like in early college. This is a really stupid, forgettable, dumb movie with a lot of repeated, tired tropes that are just bored to tears in this movie. It's just bad, and everyone forgot about it for a damn good reason. And what do you expect is at the bottom of the list for me? Which is funny because the movie came out like last year or like the year before, 2017. But it's such a fucking mess of a movie. It's just really stupid. All Eyes on Me, a major disappointment in my eyes. When I heard like a biography movie of Tupac Shakur from the same producers who did, what's that movie? I came on, Straight Outta Compton from 2015. When I heard those guys were producing a movie of a bio movie on Tupac Shakur, who wouldn't be excited? Who wouldn't be so intrigued by that? And you know what? Sure, I kicked my computer. And you know what? The trailers are really good. They actually looked really interesting and promising. But it turned out to be a boring, dull, very, very generic and forgettable biofilm on Tupac. And the performances are fine enough for you feel who they are and know who they are, but really by the end you're just kind of like, who gives a shit? And it's just a real disappointment in my eyes. I thought it could have been something truly special, but it's not. It's just a really dull, boring, just completely jumbled bio movie that really isn't all that good. Another movie that I didn't like all that much was the Resident Evil final chapter. If this is the final Resident Evil movie, then good riddance. I hated this movie. It's probably the worst of the Resident Evil movies that I said back in this movie's review like over a year ago now. There's almost nothing I liked about this as a whole. Again, coming from someone who does kind of enjoy the first few Resident Evil movies that are directed by. These movies are directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, not Paul Thomas Anderson. Paul W.S. Anderson, and starring his wife, Mila Jovovich. And these movies are just not good at all. What has to be said about this movie is the slow motion is terrible. The 3D is truly forced. The actors are just phoning it in. The action is so just bad and terrible shaky cam and bad effects. It's just the final chapter. Good riddance after this movie. I hope the animated movies continue. Like Resident Evil Vendetta from this year wasn't half bad, in my opinion. My bottom movie of the year is Baywatch. Again, I did this in my crowned review of Baywatch, All Eyes on Me, the Mummy, or those that some reviews back in September. I did. Baywatch is just a terrible mess. There's no jokes are funny at all. It's so low par of the humor. Zac Efron and Dwayne The Rock Johnson have somewhat decent chemistry. Excuse me, but as a whole, I was just sitting in it. I was just watching the movie, kind of like, why is this happening? It's just so boring, and it's just not funny at all. It tries to be as serious at times. The whole story arc with the female villain and the drugs just really doesn't feel all that interesting, to be honest. And for me, Baywatch was just a crapshoot of a movie, really. Another one of my bottom movies of the year is King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. This This movie is how you fail at a fantasy. Now, I got to see the premiere of this when I was in LA in 2017. I think it was like around April or May, whenever this movie came out. It was around the same time Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and the Alien Covenant came out, which are significantly better films than this movie is. But I got to see the premiere of this movie in Los Angeles. And I don't think I'll ever see a movie at a premiere ever in my life. It's a shame it had to be this movie, because this movie was really bad. I don't like this movie. It's fast-paced style feels way too just jarring for my taste of a historical film of King Arthur, which I almost wanted a really good interpretation of the King Arthur story. But really not. Guy Ritchie's direction is so misguided and trying to be so much more fantastical and action big and more epic looking, with some decent action and some decent effects. But really, it's a big steaming pile of crap. It's trying to be something that's not. And I'll probably say that about my Bible movies of this year. And another one of my least favorite movies of the year is The Batman. Just like the quote itself, don't say it or hear it. Okay, fine. I saw this movie and I really didn't see it. I want to forget it. I want to like it never happened. But it did, and it sucks. Doug Jones is in this movie, and he's somewhat okay with the performance he's giving of this character of the Batman, but that's really about it, in my opinion. And now, and then my next runner-up for me is, or at least one movies of the year, is of course the one that everyone knows so terribly well. It's The Mummy. Tom Cruise's the supposed dark universe starter with The Mummy here. God, where do I begin with this movie? Where does everyone begin with this movie? It's so misguided. The tone, the action just doesn't fit for what it's supposed to be. His effects look so watered down and so bogged and so just crappy. And they're so bad. It's just horrible. I cannot believe I saw this movie. And it hurts to see that, because you want to hope for the best with these movies. You want to see the Dark Cinematic Universe succeed, but after seeing this movie, it's a movie that really tries to establish everything else instead of being a good film. And it forgets direction, tone, and sense of purpose. It really just feels like a dumb action movie, and yet throughout it, there's horrible effects. It just doesn't know what it needs to be. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Well, it wants to be taken as an action movie, but it forgets that its core is a horror movie genre, and it fails miserably. So yeah, I hate this movie. It almost took my number one spot, but my number one movie is a movie I didn't give a review to because I hate this movie this much, and that is The Snowman. I got to see The Snowman very recently, and I hated this fucking movie. I absolutely hated it. This movie was dreadful. It's the same director, I forgot his name, who did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That's a really great movie with Tom Hardy and Gary Oldman. I don't know what the hell happened with this movie. The trailers look great. Had Michael Fassbender in it, and it had like this really cool like thriller tone to it, kind of like a Seven or like a Mystic River feel to it. But really, as a whole, it just shot itself in the foot so bad. I hated the Snowman. The writing was so bad. The main character's name is Harry Hole. Who wrote this movie? Like a 13-year-old? Like, God damn it. This movie. Just, what the fuck do you say to this movie? It's so terrible, and I can't believe I spent money on this Snowman. I hated this movie. It was just horrible. And the sooner I forget about it, the quicker and the better. Alright. That's my list, and I want to get it done as quick as I can. So, yeah, there it is. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.